returns. Last time the daring duo fought the evil Hung and her henchmen and had a victorious ending with the help of Fat Man. The next morning, Hung woke up and went jogging around the park. He stopped after running all the way round 13 times and had a short rest. Out of the corner of his eye, Chum sitting on the bench. She looked very tired, and he rushed over to see if she was okay. "Are you okay?" he said in a deep and manly voice. Chum looked at him with pure hatred and replied, "No, you forgot your mobile phone, and I have been chasing you around the park for the last 45 minutes, she said angrily. Hung looked at her in disbelief and said, "But why didn't you go in the opposite direction and stop me as I approached?" Chum felt very stupid and realized that he was right and that she had run around for nothing, but at least it had given her a little exercise. Then suddenly, as the pair were walking towards the gate, there was a huge explosion just outside the gate. Chum flung her arms around Hung and held him tight. "Do not worry, my dear. I will protect you," he said loudly as they walked forward to investigate. Outside the gate there were many people injured. The traffic was even more chaotic than usual, and Hung was trying to help as many people as possible. After a few minutes, things started to return to normal, except for the traffic. Then he looked around for Chum, but she was nowhere to be seen. Hung searched all around, but to no avail. "Chum, where are you?" he yelled loudly. Then from behind some old cloth she appeared, and in her arms was a small, dirty kitten, and Chum had tears in her eyes. Hung walked over quickly and asked what was wrong. "The poor little thing is dead," Chum sobbed loudly. Hung looked at the small dead animal and said, "I know, I will use my special magic spell for returning life." Chum placed the little kitten onto the floor and stepped back. "Kittenus alivus," Hung said confidently. And as he did, the tiny kitten opened its eyes and started to purr. "Oh my, you're so wonderful," said Chum in a loving voice. Hung shrugged his shoulders and replied, "I know I am." Chum leaned forward to kiss Hung, but as she did, something stopped her. She looked down in horror as pain filled her leg and a burning feeling raised up her leg. The spell that he had said did bring the kitten back from the dead, but it was now a zombie cat and had now infected Chum. Chum looked at Hung in horror. "Hold me, my love, before I turn into an awful creature," she said with fear trembling her every word. Hung frowned and said, "Are you crazy? Get away from me, you evil creature. I will destroy the kitten and then destroy you." Chum could not believe what she was hearing. "I helped you for such a long time, and this is how you repay me?" she said in a sad voice before running away into the park. Hung picked the kitten up by the tail and threw it into the nearby toilet. "There, the smell should destroy you quickly," he said as he chased after Chum. The park was becoming crowded with zombies as Chum was running around biting innocent people. "Stop, you beast! The toilet will never hold all of these," Hung shouted while destroying the zombies one by one. He had stopped all of the zombies in the park, but Chum was gone. He searched all afternoon, but could not find her anywhere. That evening, he had to study English with his wise and handsome teacher Paul. "I will ask Fat Man for help after the class finishes, and together we will destroy Chum," he thought as he drove to the house in the Batmobile. Hung arrived at the house a little later than usual because of a traffic jam in a nearby street. He closed his eyes and lowered his head as he walked in. "I know I'm late, teacher. I'm very sorry," he said as he sat in his usual place. As he put his hand down onto the chair, he noticed something wet on the cushion. "Ooh, what the?" he said loudly. He looked at his hand and it was covered in blood. Hung jumped up quickly and looked in horror as he saw his butler Duck slumped in the seat, covered in blood, and changing into a zombie in front of him. Then he looked at his teacher for help, but he was also a zombie, a very handsome zombie. All around him were his classmates, and they were all zombies. "Ah!" he screamed as he ran towards the door. However, as he ran past, Duk raised his leg and made Hung fall to the ground. As Hung struggled to get up, he saw a familiar pair of shoes. He slowly lifted his head and looked into the eyes of his old friend Chum. "I would eat your brain, but it's too small," Chum said in a sarcastic voice. "So I will make you join us instead," she said while smiling a bloody smile. Within just a few weeks, the world was taken over by zombies, and now everyone in the world is a blood-covered zombie. To be fair, it's not that bad. I don't have to work anymore, and I have lost weight. But best of all, no one eats Mum Tom anymore. The end. Thanks for listening. See you next time.